What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So, the long-awaited Salamangreat Link 4 monster has finally been revealed. If you guys watched the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns anime, you knew that Pyro was coming, and it is going to be released in Chaos Impact. Truth be told, I thought there was a very legitimate chance that this could have been the cover card of the booster set. That was actually my prediction going into Chaos Impact. I feel like they're going to have to give Takaru, or Soulburner, I feel like they're going to have to give him a cover card of a core booster set sooner or later. Anyways, Salamangreat Pyro is a Link 4 Fire Cyberse monster, 2800 attack, and its link points are identical to Firewall Dragons, top, bottom, left, and right. It has a hard effect on the second and third effects, and excuse me, the materials are 2+ fire monsters, which in Salamangreats is basically everything except maybe a couple of hand traps. First effect, if this card is link summoned using another copy of itself as material, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Second effect, you can target one link monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to their field. Third effect, if a link monster or link monsters is special summon, or excuse me, are special summon to your opponent's field, you can target one of those monsters, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. Okay, so this is, to me, the big boss monster that a lot of Salamangreat players have been waiting for a long time. One of the problems with Link 4s historically in Salamangreats has always been the fact that, like a lot of them, even the best ones, Ball Dragon, Ball Sword Dragon, they don't naturally fit in with your combo. When you use Mirage Stalio and Salamangreats, you're locked into the fire attribute for the rest of the turn. So if you link climbed into a lot of the powerful Link 4s in Salamangreats, you couldn't use their effects, so it just kind of sucked. This is a card where you can link climb into it, you can use the effect, you can reincarnation link into it, nuke your opponent's entire board. Now they're just sitting completely wide open waiting for you to kill them. When you look at the second effect, the effect to revive a link monster to your opponent's side of the field, at first it seems kind of counterproductive, like, wait a minute, Cap, why would I want to nuke my opponent's field only to give them another link monster? You have to think about it. Number one, you are going to be able to do burn damage, so if you're in the end of match procedure, if you're in time, this is a way to essentially win the game without needing to use the battle phase. Number two, this works incredibly well with something like Fusion of Fire. It's actually ridiculous with Fusion of Fire because you could reincarnation link, right? Nuke your opponent's entire board, revive one of their link monsters, burn them for some big damage, hopefully you're going to get a big monster, and then activate Fusion of Fire, obviously using the link that you just summoned to their field. You can go into Violent Chimera, gain some additional attack because of their link monster, and then you have an open board to swing into. It's almost certainly going to be an OTK at that point. I look at Pyro as a card for the most part where you're going to be summoning this card, obviously just going second, very similar to Heat Leo, and it's a card that is pretty much designed to close the game out. Again, I think that this card works so much better if you do run Fusion of Fire. It is a little unfortunate that, you know, with all Salamangreat Link monsters, you have to run multiple copies of them. So now I would probably take out some of the Link 4s that maybe you're running in the deck. If you're running Ball Dragon, Ball Sword, anything like that, you're probably taking that out the deck. I do not think that this card is absolutely mandatory. I mean, it does give you a field nuke, and it does obviously have some burn damage built into it, and that's really nice, but I still think that Salamangreats would be perfectly fine even if they weren't using this card. I just feel like it's better than the Link 4s because I don't think that there's another good Link 4 in the game that you know, is fire attributes, and Salamangreats are always using Mirage, so a lot of the other powerful Link 4s in Yu-Gi-Oh! You really can't take full advantage of them because you're locked into fire in a lot of your turns. Also, this card does give you a teeny bit of defense because if it is on the field, your opponent probably is going to be hesitant to summon a link monster. Otherwise, they know that they are going to, or they know they're going to be taking some massive burn damage potentially, especially if they have to go into a big link monster to actually out this card to begin with. I feel like that is going to be a problem. Also, Link 4, that gives you an extra card for Rage. Just, you know, something to think about. You now have a reincarnated Link 4 in the field. You can pop up to 4 cards on your opponent's side of the field. That seems pretty nuts as well. But Salamangreat Pyro obviously Very strong card. Personally, I would run 2 copies of this because it's a Salamangreat. You gotta run 2 copies of it if you want a Tensei summon. Anyways, whatever you guys think of the Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix, leave it in the comment section below. This should not be the only Salamangreat card in this booster set. I expect about 3 or 4 cards because Soulburner used a bunch of cards in his most recent duel against Bowman. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.